Alright, welcome back to Aquatic Space, everybody. And today we got a box. Love boxes. From this company. And I wonder what's inside. Worldwide Corals. Alright, so we got the box open. Let's take a look inside. See what we got. This is my first time ordering from this company, Worldwide Corals. And you know, they're a big company, so their website's really nice. I'm definitely, I was definitely impressed with their website. They gave me a card, you know, I guess to get in contact or like link up with them through Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, stuff like that. So they're definitely one of the larger companies, and their corals to me are a little pricey, but I hear they've been around for a long time, and you get probably the best colors and the best corals, so high quality. Well, this kind of gives it away on what we got. So we got 3 blue-legged hermit crabs, we got 3 Mesaurus snails, 3 Trochus snails, and a Superman Monipora. So pretty excited about that. So basically, if any of you guys are new too, the snails, I've done my research. I really hope that I didn't forget, because there's a bunch of different names, but I'm pretty sure the problem with snails is that they sometimes will get on something and they'll flip upside down. They can't flip themselves over. So I think these 2 sets of snails will be able to flip themselves over, and they're pretty effective. And I hear the blue-legged hermit crab's really effective. The coral, the Superman coral, I guess gets its name because it's blue, and its little polyps are like red color, and it's a encrusting coral, so that's pretty cool. Basically just covers whatever it's on. The Monipora has several different categories, and they're all really cool. They all grow differently and stuff. Awesome. So we got different instructions with this company. Like I said, they're pretty high-end company, so their instructions are really nice too, basically explaining how to get the corals out, how to dip them, probably placement and flow and everything to best take care of your corals. This is a pretty good packing. Trying to think all the packages I got so far. I would say this is probably the best kept package. So I like how it comes off. It's real thick styrofoam. It's actually very hard styrofoam. I like how it's got this rim in here, so when you do cut with a knife, you don't accidentally poke your corals. I got a few things, as you've seen, but people will probably end up packing this a little more. So their stuff will probably be up a little higher, and if they didn't have this little rim in here, probably have a chance when they go to cut it, to cut into the coral. So I really like their packing. Got some paper in there. Oh, definitely something in this. Oh, I think this might be, yeah, this is probably going to be the cooling pack. Yep, nice. So added cooling pack. Looks like a large bag for all the stuff in there. So I'm going to get them out. All right, so let's get them out, get them ready to temperature acclimate. The first thing we got here is the Mesaurus snails. I went ahead and got the little ones because my tank is new, so I figure maybe they can grow into it. I hope that's the case and they're not just like different sizes and they don't grow. I don't know. There's definitely a lot of stuff in there, so I'll probably end up taking the snails out. They didn't add a whole lot of water, but taking the snails out of that water, because I don't know if you guys can see that. I'll try to shake the bag a little. Whoops, hold on, give me a second. Alright, see that stuff scooting back and forth in there? I don't want that in my water. I don't know what that is, and I can't really, I mean, you can quarantine these. You can't obviously put copper, but when you get snails and stuff can come on their shell. Let's see here, get some better lighting. There's the Trochus snails. Hopefully, anyways, they'll look better, I guess, in the light. But yeah, so we will not be adding that water to the tank because you can't dip these in like a coral dip. And my quarantine tank's down. I gotta buy a new one. I don't know what's wrong with it, but it's overheating, and I don't even know how it's overheating. Literally, I stopped everything except for the water pump, and it started creeping above 80 degrees into almost 82 degrees with my my clownfish, so they had to go straight in here. Let's see what else we got. So next we got the blue-legged hermit crabs, which they'll look at, yeah, you can definitely see algae and all that, so I'm gonna work on carefully removing them from this water and putting them into my water, and I'll definitely acclimate them to the salinity, so get that stuff going. But we're gonna float them for a little bit. And my personal favorite, the coral we got. So wow, they filled this thing up fully with water. Now their packaging, now I gotta say this, I just, you know, they did great as far as the shipping packaging. I think that's phenomenal. And their literature, that stuff looked pretty good too. Their website's great. Their corals, I imagine, are great, but I have not, this is my first coral. They do have a little metal clip up here, so to prevent leaks. That's pretty cool too. But I gotta say, ooh, well, that one will go to the bottom. Normally everything floats, but I guess that coral did not float. So I would have to say I'm not a big fan of their coral packaging. You know, so far I've seen it come in like urinalysis cups, these little bitty other plastic like vials. These look like they can bang against the edge of the bags. There's nothing protecting the coral, and then also I don't like that it sinks to the bottom. Now I gotta fish my hand in there to get the coral out after temperature acclimates. So I would say so far everything about Worldwide Corals is phenomenal. Everything is above and beyond pretty much anywhere else I've ordered. I think their packaging for their corals could be a little better. Now this isn't like a high-end coral like an SPS. I imagine they would have different packaging for SPS, but I would like to see them treat the same care across the board with the corals, just because, you know, as beginners, I think people would like to see that their coral, you know, is cared for the same. But yeah, other than that, so far I'm really pleased with them. Oh, another great thing about Worldwide Corals is I did not ask for Saturday shipping. I actually didn't pay the extra like $10 for it, and they still managed to ship it on Saturday and get it here. So this is Saturday, we got it. Also, we accidentally made 2 orders. We emailed them if they could combine the orders and save us the shipping, and their customer service is excellent. They got on that right away and fixed it. So overall, I'd say they're really great. I just would like to see their packaging a little better. What's up, everybody? Future Shane dropping in again. Just figured I'd go ahead and state that now. That way, you know, if I accidentally say something that seems beyond this video, it doesn't, you know, I'm not hiding that. So anyways, yeah, one correction I feel like I got to make already on this video. I previously said that coral was not a SPS. It is SPS. It's a type of Monipora encrusting, but it is an SPS. And I'm gonna go ahead, because I don't think I have so far, I'm gonna clarify what those terms mean. So you have softy corals, which are like mushrooms or anything. It's just like a soft skeleton. It's, you know, it's just tissue. And then you got, let's see here, you got LPS, which is long polyp stony, and that just means that it's a stony coral. It's you know, it feels like a rock, but the polyps are extremely long, and that's the fleshy part of it. So, you know, basically half of it's going to be really hard, and then a long half of it will be really soft. So there's a torch coral, and it looks basically like an anemone. So the base of it's stony, and the long tentacles are very soft. So that's what LPS is. And then you have SPS, which is short polyp stony, which means that it's very stony, you know, rocky coral with very small polyps on it. So it's going to be mostly hard with small extending polyps. And the SPS Superman that you guys see in this video is an SPS coral, and you can tell by the blue skeleton of it and the red very small polyps. What you're looking at right now is that red coating
on the sand bed, that is cyanobacteria, so it's actually not a type of algae, it's a type of bacteria that grows. And in new tanks, that's something else that you'll have to kind of combat, and I'll get into that in later videos. But anyway, so to the snails and stuff that I added in here, yeah, the Nassara snails, those they do stay primarily under the sand bed most of the time. They'll come up whenever feeding occurs. So when you get those and they bury themselves away, don't really be alarmed by that. At first, for some reason, I thought they'd scoot around all day, but they stay buried most of the time. The Trochus snails, those are the more higher end snails. You see one right there on the rock structure. They do flip themselves over, which is nice. So I would suggest getting those, even though they're a little more pricey. You'll hear a lot of people say that basically you want to get one of each per gallon. So, like, let's say you're getting a bunch of Nassara snails. If you have 90 gallons, you want 90 snails. I disagree with that, and I also learned a lot of that from BRS to disagree with that. So, BRS basically states, if I remember correctly, that you should have like one snail per 10 gallons. So, you know, if you have a 70-gallon tank, you want 7 snails. As you can tell in mine, I think I got 9 different of the cleanup crew, and that's another thing. So you'll need a cleanup crew. I know my previous video I had a protein skimmer, and you'll see obviously in this video that the water is starting to get pretty clear. So the water column is very clear, but algae still manages to take hold. So you'll need a cleanup crew. You can buy herbivore fish that will pick at the rock all day, and in future I do eventually get those. But the cleanup crew is very important because they can actually clean on the frag right up to the edge of your coral, keeping your coral real healthy. The problem with the cleanup crew is, especially if you have hermit crabs, is they'll outgrow their shells and they'll end up, you know, trying to kill your snails and stuff for shells. I don't really like adding empty shells to the tank. It looks a little tacky to me, but you'll probably need to add some shells, just a few, that way they crawl into those instead of trying to kill your snails for their shells. But you'll definitely need a cleanup crew. This rock structure you're looking at here gets it looks a whole lot better nowadays than it did in this video. So cleanup crew is definitely, I would say, necessary for your tank's health. Let's see here. Something else I'd like to say, if you guys like these videos, you know, comment in the comments section. I really could use some comments on what you guys think, what you want me to cover. And on that topic, stick with me because I'm actually doing a time-lapse video that I'll release at about a year, and then I'll release another one at 2 years of the tank's growth. So I'm taking one photo a week. I've seen somebody do one that they did a photo a day. That's really cool. But I'll just do one photo of the tank a week, and you'll just see the growth through a year. So definitely stay for that. And I've also mentioned Reefapalooza. We have several other events planned in the future, so that's gonna be really cool stuff. Something else in this video, I don't glue that coral down, the Superman coral. It's good to place corals in certain spots and not glue them down right off the bat. Do a little more, you really should do research on them before you buy them, and then also I just do a little more research after you buy them. So the placement of that Superman coral right there is not a good spot. It needs high flow, high light, and at the bottom of the tank it's not going to get high flow and high light. And my tank currently in this video is not a high flow tank, but I fixed that also. If you guys hop on over to Facebook, you can see the growth of this coral, but I would say it's grown probably 30% since this video. So yeah, we're doing really good. It's taking a lot of trial and error, a lot of heartache. Yeah, right there, that's the Trochus snails, little periscope sticking out of the ground. I don't know, they make me think of like submarines or something. Oh yeah, in this one you see a Trochus snail feeding on a glass. Or the previous one was a Nassara snail. But most of the time they feed on the rock, I would say. I haven't seen them on the glass since. And this right here, this is Lisa swimming into the power head, and I know it may look comical, and if you look at my reflection, I'm smiling because I thought this was hilarious, but this is not hilarious, and this is a hint to your next video. Fish, when they're sick, will rub themselves against rocks to get parasites off, and up against other things. This is the very, very early stages of an illness that Lisa contracted, and she's trying to blow it off of her body by swimming into the power head. So stay tuned. I'll let you know what I did do right, what I didn't do right, and the outcome of Lisa.